Let's begin with some good news because it is Diwali picture dhamaka for moviegoers. After almost 2 years, there was crowd and fan following scene at the theatres, especially for Akshay Kumar fans. After a gap of nearly 2 years, superstar Akshay Kumar is back on the silver screen with Rohit Shetty's Suryavanshi. This is the fourth movie of Shetty's Cop universe, features Akshay essaying the role of DCP Veer Suryavanshi, who is the chief apparently of the anti-terrorism squad and is out on a mission to save Mumbai from terror. Suryavanshi reunites Akshay and Katrina Kaif after 11 years, remember, since they last shared screen space in Teeswar Khan. The film also features Ranveer Singh and Ajay Devgan, who reprised their roles as Simba and Bajirao Singham. Suryavanshi is the first film to hit the theatres in Mumbai after Uddhav Thackeray government permitted cinema halls to reopen. The Akshay Kumar fans are clearly ecstatic and celebrated the film's release. Are we looking at the return to the theatre just like the old times?
Movie is fantastic. You must watch. And it will go ahead a long time. इतना कोविड के बाद मूवी देखा तो ऐसा लगा कि हाँ जन्नत मिल गई.
Action wise the movie is always good, but जितना सोचा था कि तीनों जन साथ में हैं, that will be something unique. वैसा कुछ भी नहीं है.
मूवी की स्टोरी अच्छी थी, एक्शन उनके हिसाब से था, पर स्टोरी उनकी मतलब ऐसा नहीं लगा कि उन्होंने ज़्यादा स्टोरी में मतलब सस्पेंस लाने की कोशिश की.
ये अच्छी फिल्म है. अपने अभी असलियत में भी देखा जाए अपने हीरोज़ है अभी भी और हमेशा रहेंगे कि इंडिया के लिए हमेशा. तो स्टोरी में स्टोरी है अच्छी. आप ऐसा बोलेंगे कि नहीं है, मतलब द बेटर स्टोरी रोहित शेट्टी साहब एक्सपेक्टिंग यही कर सकते हैं, फाइट सीक्वेंस और बहुत सी चीज़ रहती है.
And are people ready to return to theatre with their families to watch their favourite superstars? Here this time will be the popular duo of Akshay Kumar and Katrina Kaif. After Suryavanshi, could there be the return that we are aiming at? Take a look, however, this time of Akshay Kumar and Katrina Kaif's thrilling chemistry over the years in all their films. So for the North, if it is superstar Akshay Kumar's Diwali gift to his fans, for the South, it is superstar Rajinikanth, because Anathe has released on 4th of November, and as expected, for Rajinikanth, the fans erupting in joy to watch this film as Rajinikanth returns after 2 years to bring his fans this gift.
Rajinikanth star Anathe hit the big screens on Diwali. The early morning release of Thalaiva's film left his fans in a frenzy. The first show of the movie was at Rohini Theatre in Chennai at 4 a.m. Celebrations of the film's release was no less than the Diwali festivities. Fans ensured a Vera-level celebration as they stepped out to watch Rajini return to the silver screen in over 2 years.
The introduction song was quite really good, and the BGM and the his style went good, and the fight scene was nice.
Normally Rajinikanth movie punch, a lot of punch dialogues, comedy. He is a great comedian and an actor. That was there. And of course Sara was singing everywhere, nook and corner. We enjoyed that.
Bursting crackers to dancing on the streets to offering coconuts and prayers in temples. Thalaiva fans across states celebrated in style.
Considering what happened last week with the passing away of power star Appu, Puneeth Rajkumar, celebrations are extremely low-key. In fact, Rajinikanth's best friend Raj Bahadur came over here to the Sri Balaji Theatre. There was a small puja that was held here, and instead of celebrations and bursting crackers, they decided to actually distribute Appu Girao, basically saplings over here.
It's a big day for cinema lovers and for Rajinikanth fans. After the second wave, it's first time in Mumbai that theatres and multiplexes are opening up. They are opening up with a Rajinikanth movie and expecting a huge crowd. We have Rajinikanth fans here. सब आप आए पिक्चर देख रहे थे. अन्नथी मूवी काफी 18 महीने के बाद रजनीकांत साहब का मूवी आया है. क्या फीलिंग?
सर अन्नथ मूवी आज दिवाली है, हमारा दिवाली है. रजनीकांत का मूवी कभी भी रिलीज होता है, हम लोग का दिवाली रहता है, पोंगल रहता है, ऐसा है.
Today I have 2 more shows which I have already booked, and the next show I'm going with my grandfather.
Thousands queued up outside theatres across India to grab a ticket of the superstar's film.
Just like, every other part in Tamil Nadu, this is a festive season and people are coming over with their family and they are celebrating it. In fact, I have one such family over here who has also brought in their child and they have watched the movie. They come in by 7:30 in the morning. As we speak, there are celebrations have also started over here. You have pumpkins. That's got it's a kind of Aarati for Rajinikanth. So how did you see the audience here? What was your perception of the movie?
It was spectacular, sir. Watching a movie with superstar fans all together is really fun to watch, and I'm highly excited and happy, sir.
It was an amazing response for the songs when each and every single was launched. But the audience should connect with the song, and that should be a surprise element when they watch the film. And I'm glad that song has more connect while watching the film.
The film has been released in about 1,200 screens outside India and over 1,000 screens in the country.
So will Rajinikanth and Akshay Kumar be able to bring the audience back to the theatres just like the old times? And will you, with your family, decide to go to a multiplex and watch a film? Do tell us that. Remember, the corona pandemic fear is still around us. Air emergency has returned to the national capital, Delhi, and the NCR region. There is a hazy air, a thick cloud of smoke in the sky, and air that is difficult to breathe. Remember, there is already stubble burning that continues by the farmers, and then the bursting of firecrackers for Diwali have added and contributed to the hazardous level there, literally reaching alarming levels in Delhi. Take a look at this report to understand what has been happening in Delhi and NCR.
Delhi gasping for its breath, almost unrecognizable in just 24 hours. The shocking before and after images of the national capital. A thick blanket of smog choking Delhi. If the air quality was severe just last night, people in Delhi woke up to hazardous air quality levels this morning.
A look at the AQI data shows that after 6 p.m. on Diwali night, as people began bursting crackers, the PM 2.5 and PM 10 levels have shot up across the national capital region. Delhi, Noida, Ghaziabad, Greater Noida, Gurgaon, Faridabad all have seen the dipping air quality.
To give you the ghastly numbers, the AQI in Delhi at one point was 999. This is almost 40 times the prescribed safe air limit of 25 by the World Health Organization.
This is because there was a complete violation of the norms and rules laid down by the honorable courts and even by both the government, central and state, as people came out in huge numbers violating the cracker ban in Delhi and NCR. And now they can see the ill effects.
Basic advice to all people would be avoid all kind of morning walks. Nobody should go for a morning walk in this level of pollution. Also, any person who is smoking should avoid smoking at least in these times.
New Delhi has the worst air quality of all world capitals as people paid the price thanks to the use of fireworks, completely disregarding the government's ban on them. Neighbouring regions also saw a sharp dip in air quality levels, with Noida's AQI at around 800, Ghaziabad's AQI over 500 and Gurugram at close to 500. Experts say the air quality turned severe due to unfavourable weather conditions and a poisonous cocktail of emissions from firecrackers and stubble burning. Chennai too joined Delhi in a deadly dip in air quality. The Diwali celebration brought with it a dip in air quality from 154 to a whopping 446.
This level of pollution is attributed to the cracker bursting that took place in and around Chennai city on the occasion of Diwali. The state government had put out regulations saying that in a day only 2 hours was allowed for cracker bursting. That was 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. and then 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. But most of the people in the city of Chennai had violated this regulation.
Delhi and Chennai aside, air quality reported a massive dip in other parts of the country as well. In Mumbai, the air quality index was 164 on November 4th and dropped to 238 today. In Kolkata, the AQI dipped from 194 to 231 in 24 hours.
Crackers, crop burning and cold temperatures. The trifecta of Delhi's air pollution woes is back as citizens ignored government mandates and burst crackers on Diwali and continue to burn crop residue in NCR states. Across the NCR region, air quality has dropped to hazardous levels, and Safar says that this is likely to continue till at least Saturday evening, when a fair wind could blow it away. However, at the moment, across NCR, AQI levels are at severe or hazardous levels, and the skies, even at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, continue to be grey. In New Delhi with cameraman Satya, this is Anisha Mathur for India Today.
Not only visuals, I will now give you data as well to help you understand what precisely is the hourly average of the particulate matter 2.5 in our air right now that we are breathing. Take a look at that graphic on your screen. At this point, from 27th of October to November 5, at about 8 a.m. each day when this data was taken up, the particulate matter 2.5 has now risen to 932.8. This is almost 40 times a possible prescribed limit. Imagine the air that all of us in Delhi NCR are breathing at this moment. We are being told that the hourly particulate matter 2.5 concentration has crossed over 900 micrograms per cubic meter mark in some areas for a time, and after that by night perhaps likely there may be changes to this data as well. Now let me go to the ground to help you get the latest update by my colleague Mohit Sharma. Mohit, it's been very difficult to actually breathe in since the past few days. It's not just Diwali, at least for the past 3 to 4 days. It is just getting bad to worse. What is the status on the ground? Does the Delhi government or the BJP government at the centre have anything in mind to help control the situation?
Well, Pooja, to start with, let me just take you and our viewers through these visuals clearly. You know, there's still a bit of a haze that can be seen, and of course it's the night right now. The traffic is heavy right now as we speak at the ITO as well. But clearly talking about the two things, first and foremost, what exactly are the governments doing, state and centre, various initiatives that have been introduced by the state government at least, of whether we talk about mist fountains being introduced, whether awareness campaigns we talk about, they have been introduced as well. People have been asked to switch off their cars. There were appeals by several politicians, including the likes of the Chief Minister of Delhi, asking people not to burst crackers on Diwali Eve. But something that we saw yesterday was a clear violation of all of it. And it's not just, it doesn't really come down to one factor which contributes to the pollution here in Delhi. There are several of them. Of course, what we saw yesterday has only ensured that the pollution has increased at a tremendous level here in Delhi. But apart from that, the sheer volume of traffic that plies on the road of Delhi is also a major contributing factor, with inclusions of stubble burning that happens and construction and garbage burning as well. So all of those things do contribute in ensuring that Delhi becomes a gas chamber of sorts every time winters come through. However, on the other hand, you have the centre government also closely following this entire matter. They're trying to ascertain, whether or not something can actually be done about this. Right now, there are several meetings that are underway, but it seems that all in all, both the governments, whether we talk about the state or the centre, they are heavily relying on winds. Yes, you heard me saying it right. They're all relying on winds. They're hoping that, the wind velocity will increase by Saturday evening, and that would finally help people of Delhi NCR breathe once again, and possibly this time around, the centre and the state
so praying to the wind gods now. That is how, Mohit, people of Delhi and NCR will be able to save themselves, because this is clearly a danger level of air that has now been reached. Mohit Sharma with all the latest on that. But is it just the firecrackers that have led to such poor quality the AQI index in Delhi and NCR. Remember, this is while Punjab and the farmers there in those states have stubble burning season that has been raging on now for days. The stubble burning has accounted for 36% already of Delhi's particulate matter 2.5 pollution on Friday. That has been the highest this season. That, according to the government air quality forecast agency, SAFAR. On Thursday, for example, the farm fires accounted for 25% of Delhi's PM 2.5 pollution. Last year, the share of stubble burning in Delhi's pollution had peaked at 42% on 5th November. In 2019, the crop residue burning accounted for 44% of Delhi's PM 2.5 pollution on 1st of November. This whole concentration of stubble burning in Delhi's 2.5 PM pollution was 32% on Diwali last year as compared to 19%. So at this point, remember, the concentration that you're looking at on your screen has definitely escalated since 27th October to the 3rd of November. That primarily with regard to stubble burning and, of course, with Diwali bursting firecrackers despite bans, despite campaigns, despite requests, even from politicians, activists, even children volunteers, many chose not to listen. So remember, is it only the responsibility of the government or also a collective responsibility as citizens to ensure that our air is so much better than for now what it is and may just become worse in the next few days? Welcome back. Let's take you now to Uttarakhand's Kedarnath. That is where Prime Minister Narendra Modi was to offer prayers and also reviewing the infrastructure development projects while there at that area. Prime Minister inaugurated a slew of development projects to the tune of at least 400 crore rupees and has taken a pledge to boost the religious tourism in the hills. Here's now a ground report of Modi hits the right note.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Kedarnath darshan filled with devotion and symbolism. The Prime Minister touched down at Kedarnath early Friday morning and immediately made his way to the Kedarnath Dham. It's his 5th visit to Kedarnath after becoming Prime Minister. Narendra Modi was seen performing the Rudrabhishek. He performed the Aarti, the Jalabhishek and the Rudrabhishek, meditating in the Sanctum Sanctorum and also performing Parikrama of the divine Himalayan shrine.
गोवर्धन पूजा के दिन केदारनाथ जी में दर्शन पूजन करने का मुझे सौभाग्य मिला है। बाबा केदार के दर्शन के साथ ही अभी मैंने आदि शंकराचार्य जी की समाधि स्थान वहां कुछ पल मैंने बिताए। एक दिव्य अनुभूति का वो पल था।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi did not land empty-handed at Kedarnath. He gifted the state a slew of development projects, including at the temple complex.
साथियों, हमारी उपनिषदों में आदि शंकराचार्य जी की
Addressing a large gathering of seers and devotees, Prime Minister lauded the Uttarakhand government for boosting the revival of the Kedarnath temple after the 2013 floods wreaked havoc and damaged large parts of the complex.
जो लोग यहाँ आते थे, वो सोचते थे कि क्या अब ये हमारा केदार धाम या हमारा केदारपुरी फिर से उठ खड़ा होगा क्या? भीतर की आवाज कह रही थी, ये पहले से अधिक आन बान शान के साथ खड़ा होगा।
The Prime Minister also announced that construction work was underway and the Char Dhams, Badrinath, Dwarkadhish, Jagannath Puri and Rameshwaram would be connected by road and boost religious tourism.
आज उत्तराखंड की सरकार यहां विकास के महायज्ञ से जुड़ी है, पूरी ताकत से जुड़ी है। चार धाम सड़क परियोजना पर तेजी से काम हो रहा है। चारों धाम हाईवे से जुड़ रहे हैं।
The Prime Minister made a promise to locals to boost tourism and ensure that no local feels the need to move to cities.
जिस प्रकार से उत्तराखंड के छोटे छोटे स्थानों पर प्रकृति की गोद में होम स्टे का नेटवर्क बन रहा है, सैकड़ों होम स्टे बन रहे हैं। माताएं बहनें और लोग भी जो यात्री आते हैं वे भी होम स्टे को पसंद करने लगे हैं। रोजगार भी मिलने वाला है, स्वाभिमान से जीने का अवसर भी मिलने वाला है।
From Ram Temple in Ayodhya to Kashi Corridor and Bodh Circuit, Prime Minister talked about spirituality and development under one umbrella while speaking at Kedarnath. PM Modi offered prayer at Lord Kedarnath Temple and unveiled statue of Lord Jagadguru Shankaracharya. Prime Minister emphasized the significance of Shankaracharya, how he united the religiously divided country with his all efforts by establishing Math and Jyotirlingas. In Kedarnath, with Pradeep Gupta, this is Ashutosh Mishra for India Today.
Aryan Khan appeared before the Narcotics Bureau today for the first time since he was granted bail by the Bombay High Court last week. That, remember, in the cruise drug bust case. This was a bail condition for Aryan Khan to appear every week, every Friday for the Narcotics Control Bureau. Did he show up? Yes, he did. Aryan was accompanied by Shah Rukh Khan's bodyguard Ravi and the lawyer Nikhil Mani Shinde. Now remember, the court had said that Aryan Khan will have to surrender his passport before the NDPS court and he cannot leave India without taking prior permission. And that at this point, every Friday between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m, Aryan Khan will have to mark his presence. Just giving you a background, he was released from Mumbai's Arthur Road prison on the 30th of October after spending more than 22 days in that case. Bombay High Court has imposed several strict bail conditions for Aryan Khan and other accused, and one of those will be to not even be in touch and not tamper the witnesses in the case. That is all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching 6 p.m. Prime. Coming up next, our special show on sports with Nikhil Naz.